Once you design it, it's kind of into the wild. It's out there. So it's always interesting, like seeing how you envisioned it and how you designed it, and then how somebody else might put it together. It can be a really good thing or kind of a tragic thing. But yeah, nonetheless, it's exciting. I'm Erica Tompkins. I study a BFA in women's wear fashion design. But now I'm just freelancing, but currently working for Sleepwear at Victoria's Secret. I kind of love sleepwear. Yeah, I didn't know that I would like it. It's just kind of a little bit more like whimsical, and you get to kind of have a little bit more fun than ready to wear at times. I think I'm having the most design freedom I've ever had at the moment. Our senior year, when we were doing our collections, I kind of wanted to do and explore something new. So when the CFTA presented the Kenneth Cole Footwear Innovation Design program, I decided to kind of try that and see how that goes. But it was the best experience I've ever had. I worked with a studio in San Francisco that was an art studio that helped people with disabilities, whether it was physical or mental disabilities. Their art studio was so impressive and so inspiring when I toured it, so I ended up collaborating with one of their artists to do kind of like the textiles and prints for the footwear project. We competed in that competition and then won it, and that's what landed me my first year in New York. My journey after footwear, I was approached by a recruiter for Kate Spade. She was kind of hounding me to do this interview for a belt designer. I get to the interview and there's this wonderful woman who we're like very good friends now. She was like, I don't know why they're saying this is a belt designing position. It's not. And I was like, great. She worked on the license design team at Kate Spade. So I got to work on a bunch of different categories, but for one brand. I had a little bit of a different outlook on internships. My dad was like, you are never doing an internship that is unpaid. And I was like, Dad, like everyone does that. Like that's kind of how you get your foot in the door. And he was like, absolutely not. You're not working for no money. So that was kind of hard. So I actually never did an internship without getting paid. So it's a little tough, but I think if you want to get that experience, obviously. So I think that any internship is worth it in the end. A lot of things were good. The professors and teachers and admin weren't what I was used to in a really good way. They were more a professional, a teacher, but also kind of an inspiring, helpful, supportive person that might be there throughout your career. Yeah, it was amazing. It was kind of competitive to get into. We only had, 20 collections or so that walked down the runway, whether that was like a collaborative collection with, two people doing one. It was pretty brutal, but in the best way. You're picking the fabrics, you're picking the thread colors, you're overlocking everything, I just think it really prepped you to understand how each garment you were making is actually going to be made. I definitely would. I loved it. You kind of like started with all of these people in your classes and it kind of slowly dwindled, but I think it pushed you to really do what you want to do in the fashion industry and kind of weeded out the people that decided they wanted to do something else. You just had to love what you wanted to do. But I think it was like the best experience for me, and I got to meet very many great people and the, teachers I'm still in contact with. I always tell people it's not a normal, college experience. It really preps you for, the real fashion world.